All right, in this video, we're going to talk about matrix operations, specifically addition, subtraction, and scalar multiplication, okay? So it's really pretty simple, so let's go ahead and get started. So here, what you're going to notice, I have a 2 by 2 matrix for my first one and a 2 by 2 matrix for my second one. I'm going to add those together. So I'm going to take numbers that are in corresponding positions, right? So I've got -3 and 5 are both in the top left-hand corner. So I'm going to add those together, and I'm going to get a +2. Next, I'm going to go 2 plus a -3, which is going to give me a -1. And I'm going to take a -1 and a 3, and I'm going to get a +2. And then finally, I got 4 minus 6, which is going to give me a -2. Okay, so all I'm going to do is take each of the numbers, they're in the corresponding positions, and I'm just going to add them together. All right, so now let's go look at this one. This one is subtraction this time, but nothing is going to change. It's still going to be the exact same. I'm going to take the numbers in corresponding spots, right? So I have the 5 and the -1, but be careful here because I have to subtract that. Now, all right, so let me show you a little trick for subtraction that I like, and I'm going to go ahead and take this negative, and I'm going to basically distribute it out to every single number inside of my matrix, right? I'm going to multiply essentially by -1, and I'm going to change all the signs of the numbers on the inside, right? So I have the 1 turns to positive, the 8 turns to negative, the 4 turns to negative, and the 2 turns to positive, right? And when I did that, now that means I'm going to have a plus sign in the middle there. So what I'm essentially doing is I'm taking that subtraction sign, distributing it out to everything inside of that matrix, and now I have an addition problem. So it's the same way. I've got 5 plus 1, which is going to be 6. Then I have -3 plus a -8, which is going to be -11. Then we have 3 plus a -4, which is -1. And we have a -6 plus a 2, which is going to be -4. Okay, so it's pretty simple, right? And remember, I have a 2 by 2, a 2 by 2, a 2 by 2, and a 2 by 2. And if you'll notice that the dimensions are the same for all of those when we're adding and subtraction, and my answers also end up being a 2 by 2. Okay, an example like this one right here. So I have a 2 by 1 and a 1 by 2, right? So again, the idea is that I'm going to take the corresponding spots, right? So what's in the top part of it? Was it the 1 or is it the 2? Okay, because we don't know, and this 1 and this 1 are not technically in the same location, I can't add them together, right? So this particular one would have no solution because the addition can't be done. Okay? So when I'm adding and subtracting, the rule is the dimensions have to be the same. All right, so now let's go look at this example here, and this is what's called scalar multiplication. So I have a number on the outside of my matrix, and I'm multiplying it to my matrix. So just like with that negative, essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute that 3 to every single number inside of my matrix and multiply it by 3. So here's what that's going to look like. The top left-hand corner is going to be -9, and then the top right-hand would be -3, and all the way down the matrix, I'm going to multiply every number in there by 3. Okay, so it's super simple to do. Not too bad, okay? So now let's take all of those rules, all those things we just talked about, and let's go do this example right here, okay? I'm going to let you try this on your own. So pause the video, try it on your own, then we'll come back and check it together. All right, now that you've had a chance to do this on your own, we're going to see that it looks complicated, but if I really break it down, so let's just look at this first part right here, right? I have this 2 that's on the outside, and all that is scalar multiplication. So I'm going to take my new matrix and multiply everything by 2. So I have 2, 6, 8, and 4. That's when I distribute that 2 out. Then I'm going to take the entire -4 and distribute that out to all of those, right? So that new matrix, and remember, when I take this negative and distribute that out, I can rewrite my question to be a addition question, right? So now I get my new matrix, I got -8, -16, -12, and -4. Now I just take all of my corresponding numbers and add them together. So I got 2 plus -8, it's -6, and the next one will be -10. And I have -4 and then 0. So there is my answer for when I take my 2, distribute that out, and multiply that out. Same thing with -4, and then take those two matrices and add them together. Okay, so those are the basics. We have addition, subtraction, and scalar multiplication. Quick reminder, for addition and subtraction, I have to have the same dimensions in order to be able to perform the addition or subtraction. And for scalar multiplication, very similar to that of distributive property, where I want to take that number that's outside the matrix, multiply it to every element that is inside of my current matrix. All right, hope this video helps, and we'll see you in the next one.